Good morning, friends, followers, YouTubers, YouTube creators, lovers, haters, subscribers and Trevor. But mainly I'm saying good morning to you, the subscribers, because without you the channel wouldn't grow. And it's growing again at last. I go up, down, dip, dip, dip. Nightmare. Yes. And I want to point this out before I start. Listen. If you hate me, yet you're still watching my videos and reposting them on Twitter, you're also a fan. Anyway, it's September, the month I used to hate. I used to hate September. I don't love it, but you know, September has a lot of. I used to have a lot of trauma with September, dealing with September, but I've been through a lot of therapy, thank God, with PTSD resolution. Check them out. Anyway, yes, this is the month where I used to go into really bad depression in September. The first, it was building up. The second, I mean, the amount of people I know that were injured in September and killed in September is shocking. Not going to go down that road at the minute. I'm going to keep that locked away at the minute. I'm going to try and get through it because I used to hit alcohol quite a lot. And it was September a couple of years ago where I had a mental health breakdown and I lost my marriage and I left my marital home and everything fell apart because of what happens and had to go into therapy. So, yes, let's just keep ploughing forward. Yes, let's keep ploughing. Weather's not good today. Weather's shit. Right. So where are we? Thanks for your emails. Yeah. I went on GB News yesterday. Was it yesterday? I can't even remember, actually. Yeah, it was yesterday. Patrick Christie had me on. Good old Patrick. To talk about national service. Now, I know I've had dozens and dozens and dozens of people talk about national service. It's a good idea. It's a bad idea. I'm going to be honest with you. In today's current climate, I'm torn. Because today's children have no sense of reality, so it would be good to kick them up the ass. But is national service the way forward? Because this all starts at school. Our education system is complete shit at the minute, and it needs fixed. If you fix the education system and install discipline at school, then it could lead on. The one thing that I do believe should happen is there should be a law brought into all schools. Children should not be allowed to have mobile phones on them or in their bag. If they want to take them to school, they go in, the class teacher goes mobile phones and they go into a locker and they get them at the end of the day. It's bullshit. But what for an emergency? Well, in our day at school, if there was an emergency, someone phoned their secretary at school and someone from the office came down and spoke to the teacher and got you out of the class. Oh, well, probably would have taken an extra 2 or 3 minutes. Doesn't matter. That's how emergencies are dealt with. Phones. Get the phones off them. Stop them going on TikTok and all the shit. Start installing discipline. So that's why. Now, I also was thinking this. If you force 16-year-olds to go into the army, they can't deploy on operations till they're 18. So that's 2 years they're in the military system. And it's going to cost, what, 30, 40 grand a year to keep them going in school? So just leave them. I think you shouldn't be able to join the army until you're 18 anyway. It would make more sense. Yes, but we can mold them. No, let's just stop it. Let's just only recruit from 18-year-old upwards. There's no point recruiting in somebody who can't deploy when they've passed out. It's stupid. So that would be my opinion. My second thing about national service would be this. If you were to get kids to join up at 16 years of age and they spent 6 months training and they went to your battalion at the age of 17, with today's human rights and all the bullshit that goes on with it, if I was a human rights lawyer, I would set up an office in an army barracks. I would set up an office outside the army barracks and I'd go, yep, has someone infringed on your human rights? He swore at you. They would make a fortune. So there's no point until we get rid of the European Court of Human Rights and we get rid of that bullshit in Brussels, we can't move forward. Second thing, national service. If I was going to say, okay, let's have national service, every single person arriving on our shores in a boat, it would be compulsory for them to serve a minimum of 3 years serving our country if they want the British passport. So I would make everyone coming, it would be one thing. Oh, you want to come and live here? Prove your loyalty to our nation. That's how I would deal with things. So there we go, people. That's how I would deal with it. I know you've asked me lots of questions about that. Hopefully that's put it to bed. Right, so what else? What else is going on? Richard Eden, Royal Correspondent. Well, he connected with me yesterday on Instagram, so thanks, Richard. And I've also sent him a message to try and get him on to have a little chat on my channel. But Richard's got a few stories out today. One of the stories that Richard has out, Richard Eden, go and check him out on Instagram. I won't mention any other platform. But Richard Eden has a story out where he says he watched part of the Invictus Heart, the Heart of Invictus, and he said he felt a bitter taste in his mouth because the hostage spoke about himself. He was standing there, right, in a suit worth hundreds of pounds, in shoes worth hundreds of pounds, with an expensive watch on. Both arms, both legs intact. No physical injuries. Talks about mental. We'll see. I don't know. I think he had mental anyway. Telling people about himself. Looking out towards the audience, the athletes. With double amputation, triple amputee, sitting there going, oh, Harry's had it tough. You know what? It's disgusting. It really is. Anyway, move on from that. What else is happening? Well, it seems local councils and landlords are being given lots of incentives to house asylum seekers, which is forcing a lot of the accommodation people to go, we haven't got accommodation now for students. It's disgusting. Now, I did mention yesterday on GB News, and I said, listen, in my opinion, our politicians have failed us. They're not doing a good job. And I said this out loud on news. It won't happen, but I just said it. I said, you know what? We need a military coup. We need people to take over our politicians and kick them out and start from fresh. Well, you know what? Saying the coup thing was a bit too far, but you got the gist of what I mean, hopefully. Yeah. Basically, we need to start again. No one represents the people anymore, do we? Everyone's looking for a hand up. What do I need to do to get into the Lords? Why do you want to get in the Lords? Because I can lie down at £250 a day, and that's why. It's an easy job, innit? It's an easy job. Yes, and Lord Richard Dannet's out today. Lord Richard Dannet, MC, Military Cross recipient. He won it, well, he got awarded it for his actions in Belfast many years ago. Anyway, he's out today saying, a lot of the top brass, which means military head honchos, are disillusioned with the new selection of the Defence Minister, Mr. Schnapps. Mr. Schnapps, he was the energy guy, he was a transport guy, he was a Home Secretary for 3 days, and now he's in charge of, in a time when we are getting stories out saying the army, 20% of the military today are obese. Yep. A lot of the, okay, you can't use manpower or manpack or man-made. You know, we don't want to offend people in the army that are gender neutral. In a time when we are going so woke and our military is such in shit state, it really is, and we're giving away lots of our defence and our military to Ukraine. And in a time when we're when we are in the middle of a proxy war against Ukraine, where we're sort of training everyone up, we decide to change the Defence Minister to a guy who's had no experience. Schnapps hasn't even been in the Scouts. He's never been in the reserve. He knows nothing about the military. Now, I know people say things like, well, you don't need to be the captain of, you don't need to know what happens in the engine room to be the captain of the ship. Well, do you know what? You actually do need to know a little bit about the military. You know, you can't just go, oh, Trevor, tomorrow I'm going to put you in charge of electricity. And I turn up and I go, electricity. And I sit down there and I get out my torch in a daylight room, and they all go, Trevor, why have you got your torch on? Because I couldn't find the light switch. And they all just go, fuck me. You know what I mean? It's just like sticking someone in the deep end. I don't think he's going to do a good job. I don't think he's going to fight for soldiers. How can you be in a job and fight for the military if you do not know what to do? It's just my opinion. I'm sure you'll comment below. Right, what else is happening? Emma Thompson. No, Emma Thompson, the British actress. Now, let's not criticise her acting career because she is a fantastic actress. And you know what? I've watched many of the things that she's been in. She used to be married to Kenneth Branagh, Belfast man. But over the last couple of years, I've known Emma Thompson to be an activist. She's out there. Extinction Rebellion, climate change. Well, do you know what? She's a typical arsehole like everyone else. Now after she's been going around wearing, she tries to blend in with the public with her little round glasses on. And she dresses down to meet the public. And she's like, yeah, I'm like you. I'm like you. Yep, forgetting to take off her 60 grand Rolex. But she's there going, I'm like you. Yeah, we need to stop it. We need to stop it. Yes, fumes and petrol and this and that and fossil fuels. She's been pictured yesterday on a £200 million yacht, 305 foot long with her A-list pals. Hey Emma, what do you think runs that engine of that boat? Not a boat, super yacht, yeah. She's like everyone else. All these multi-millionaires want to pretend they're like us and tell us what we shouldn't do. And we go, yeah, well, I've cut down now. I only fill the kettle up a little bit for what I want to use. I don't fill the kettle up all the way it is now. And during the day, I fill the bath up. And once I'm finished using the water, I get it back. We treat ourselves like shit so they can live a luxury lifestyle. And I say, fuck them. Anyway. Sorry, YouTube human reviewer, I used the word F. But you're not paying me. So, yeah. Anyway, so there's that. I don't like hypocrites. I really don't. I really don't. And Paul Burrell's in the papers today again. Picture of... What do you think for? What do you think for? Picture of him with Princess Diana. If Diana was here today, she would be the only one that could stop William and Harry from arguing. Paul, stop it. Find a hobby. Do something. Stop using Diana. She's gone. 26 years ago she passed away. 26 years you've been using that Trump card. I don't mean Donald Trump. I mean the Trump card for Diana, like other people have been using. It's not good. And Nadine Dorries, yes, the old culture secretary. Nadine Dorries, very famous for all her books, actually. She's written about 20 or 30 books, which I find strange. You may think, but Trevor, yes, she's a great author. I'm not putting her down. She's a great author. Yes, she speaks common sense. Yes, she worked with the NHS. Oh, yes, she was there standing clapping with the pots at the doorways. But I also take a step back from this and I look at this from a logical point of view. How can a woman have given her best for her constituents when she was putting out 2 books a year? Writing books doesn't take a weekend, does it? Well, guess what? Her latest book, where she's just resigned, is out soon. And apparently it's going to be worse than The House of Cards, where she's going to lift the secrets to the dark alleyways of Westminster. She's going to let all the secrets out. Well, I would like to know one secret, Nadine. How do you give your constituents 100% loyalty when you're writing books? Maybe an investigation needs to go your way. Because during your time as an MP, you produced 17 books. How can anyone write that many books and still say, my constituents always came first? Well, I don't think they did, but that's just my opinion. Well, people, listen. I was meant to be on GB News this morning, but I slept in, so I'm sorry about that. I was meant to go on and talk about Harold. Harold and his I know you've all got missing legs and missing arms, but we're brothers. Can I interview you later on from a Netflix documentary so I can make a few pound? What do I get out of it? Can we get him a bottle of water, please? Get him a bottle of water. Water? Oh. Anyway, listen. Have a great day, everyone. Stick with the channel. Thanks to those of you that do support my channel through PayPal. We are still demonetized and it's been over a year. Will I ever get it back? I don't know. Do I fret over it? Not really. Take care, everyone. Have a good day.